My brother David Banner is not with all you guys who out there cheating on your wives. But I would say to my brother, David Banner, if you do business with men who sleep with men, that's worse than the men who cheat on their wives.
Now you already know how real Cory Holcomb keeps it on the 5150 show. But this time, he said something that's got people either clapping or cringing. So David Banner, who I got a lot of respect for, let me start there, came out and said he won't do business with men who cheat on their wives. And when I first heard that, I was like, okay, that's an interesting take. He's basically saying if your woman can't trust you, why should he? Now listen, on the surface, that does sound honorable. It sounds like he's holding men to a high moral standard. But the moment Cory responded, it turns into something deeper. Because here's the thing, Cory didn't just disagree. He flipped it and basically said, if that's your standard, then you gotta apply it across the board. He brought up men who are living lifestyles that, according to Cory, go against the same values Banner claims to stand on. And like it or not, that made people uncomfortable. And here's my take. I get where David Banner's coming from. Loyalty, honesty, and all that is important. But you can't say you'll never do business with cheaters while still aligning yourself with other people who might have their own controversial situations going on. It feels selective. It feels like a half rule. You either stand on principle all the way or admit that everybody's flawed and move accordingly. Cory's not saying cheating is okay. He's saying this moral filter that Banner's using isn't that consistent. And that's a fair point. Because let's be real, in this entertainment business, if you cut out every man who's cheated, lied, or done dirt, who's left? You'll be working with about 6 people. And this is why I rock with Cory in moments like this. He might be reckless sometimes with the delivery, but at least he ain't scared to call out the contradictions. And it's not out of hate. He clearly loves David Banner, but sometimes love means being honest. I'm about to play this clip for y'all and come back with further commentary. Let's get into it.
A friend of mine, now this is where I'm really finna get in trouble. A friend of mine who calls and checks on me. And I absolutely love the brother, David Banner. I love David Banner. David Banner is the Incredible Hulk to me. Mm-hmm. Have you seen when he's calm, Dr. Banner? Very intelligent. Mm-hmm. You can have a conversation with him, but when he gets mad, that's my brother, David Banner.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen
That's my brother, David Banner. I'm telling you. But I see him evolve into something that is worth holding up. My brother David Banner said this. He is not for necessarily doing business with men who cheat on their wives.
Oh, I have to watch that. Was that the recent interview? Because I didn't see it.
You'll see little pieces of it on the internet. My brother David Banner is not with all you guys who out there cheating on your wives. But I would say to my brother, David Banner, if you do business with men who sleep with men, that's worse than the men who cheat on their wives. That means you got about 15% of the men in America to do business with if you do right. Let me say that again. Make sure I got it right. Make sure y'all got it right. If you won't do business with men who cheat on their wives, okay. That's a That's a hell of a moral stance to take. But if you do business with men who put in other men, you might well motherfuckers that sneak and put where it belong. That's my opinion. Now I know I'm gonna get a call from my brother.
Turn it on right now. He might be early.
Look, I'm gonna be looking at the phone like this at night.
No. To each his own. To each his own. But I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying this because
I get what
man, David Banner be popping up at shows I do. And you think he called me and be like, Cory, put me on the list. He just pop up, them bought tickets, everything. And I've done the same to him as well. But I'm just saying, I am not saying this to diss my brother, but I'm doing just like I did with that lady who I also said I don't have bad intentions toward that lady. Right. But y'all done got me in this world of the Bible now. And I'm here to tell you what they saying in the red.
That last
I'm going to read it in a second.
Super chat.
If you're not going to do business with men who cheat on their wives, you definitely shouldn't do business with men who plunge in other men.
Aw, DJ Evans. Wow.
Now, what'd he say?
Not on $200.
Man, ever since you had your pastor on a while back, and he said he was going to get you to turn your life over to God, I've been praying that for you, and I see it's happening in real time. Your best episodes are when you quote scripture. They always say, we will be surprised who makes it to heaven. Blessings, Cole.
Oh, DJ.
No,
Evans.
that's a man who know what he talking about because we have an idea of who good people are, but we have a problem identifying who good people are, because people judge you off how they feel about you instead of your deeds. I am going out on a limb against people I love when the truth and the Bible are mixed in. I might have everybody mad at me. I might be an outcast, and God knows that ain't no good feeling when you're an outcast. You can play it off like it's a good feeling, but God damn it, if I have to be the outcast, to be the one who stands on what's right and principles, I'm willing to do it.
That's okay, Cory. Outcast.
Have I lied
Outcast.
to people? I think I've lied 4 times this year. I've counted them.
You know, hey, wait. Okay, Abe that warranted a laugh from Abe.
I think now see another thing, I've been flaky with phone calls. I told Abe I was going to call him a couple of times. So if that's a lie, then okay, I've lied more than 4 times. That's just a very
bad habit on his part. He does it to everybody.
If that's a lie, I've lied more than 4 times. But I'm talking about the stuff where I lied about and I knew it, and when watch this, I was on the phone. When I hung up the phone and I knew I lied, it bothered me even to this day. Because you know what I lied about, D?
Uh-oh, what?
I lied to women.
Well, what? Well, yeah.
I'm going to give you an example. One day, a girl asked me where I was. She asked me, where are you at? I didn't want to tell her where I was at. So instead of doing like I should have done and said, I don't want to tell you where I'm at, I lied about where I was.
Was it a good lie?
And them lies I'm talking about were all just like that. I lied, and they weren't in my face. I was talking to them on the phone.
Well, that's when it's easiest.
That's why I said it, D.
You can't look at them in the face. Right.
See, when I'm looking at you, it's harder for me to lie to you.
Your eyes go to the left.
But since I was on the phone and I didn't want to tell them where I was, I lied. And I don't want to be that way. I don't want to lie about nothing. So I'm going to sacrifice a lot of people by saying what I should say. And that's how life goes. Mm-hmm. I'm going to sacrifice a lot of people by saying what I should say. Now, sometimes I could just be quiet. And I will exercise being quiet as best I can. Because like this example I made right here with my brother, who I'm telling you, I love my brother. Because one time David Banner called me to check on me when I really needed somebody to call and check on me. I was down. And I don't ask him I don't even call him like he called me. And you know what he say? Hey, you all right, bro? That's how he do.
Right.
I'm just checking on you. You good?
Right.
I'm like, wow, man. I'm so glad you called me one time because I just needed somebody to talk to for a minute.
Oh, look at that.
I'm
Good
still
timing.
a human being.
Good timing. That's right.
I'm a human being, but
Wow.
why he called?
See?
I watch who God put in my life and who say something to me. I watch all this.
That's a good
So
picture.
I'm not dissing my brother, even though people would try to make it seem like I'm dissing him. I'm actually trying to show him something. If you gonna take these heathens who cheat on their wife and disassociate yourself with them, you definitely need to disassociate yourself from the heathens who put their in a man's, because that is forbidden according to this Bible. That's what I want to say about that. Beyond Cherry, Banner a stand-up guy. I really think Banner is a stand-up guy. I think he's one of the men on this planet who strives to be better than he is. Because we all got to strive to be better than we are. If I stayed like this, I won't never be able to go to the beach with my shirt off. I got to get better. If Darlene stays like this, she ain't gonna be able to see the screen right there.
Look, at the end of the day, do I agree with cutting somebody off professionally just because they cheated on their wife? No. I think that's a dangerous road to go down. Because truth is, people are layered. Somebody might fail in their personal life, but be a beast when it comes to business. And let's be honest, if we start disqualifying people based on every moral flaw, ain't nobody getting a deal signed. But here's the flip side. I still get it. I understand why somebody like David Banner might say, if you'll betray the closest person to you, how can I trust you with money or business? Now that's a valid concern. It's not always about judging. Sometimes it's about protecting your space, your energy, and your integrity. So I'm not mad at him for having high standards, but I do think we got to be careful about applying them across the board in ways that feel more personal than professional. Because trust and loyalty, yeah, they do matter, but context does too. People mess up and people grow. And if we're only doing business with saints, we might be sitting alone at the negotiation table. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this story down below in the comment section. And make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.